Hi, beautiful people. Welcome to Psi Signs, where we decode behavior and help you build emotional clarity. Okay, guys, let's have a real talk today. We often focus on what guys like, what attracts them, what makes them commit. But sometimes the most powerful knowledge for building a great relationship is knowing what quietly pushes them away. We're not talking about obvious deal breakers here. We're talking about the subtle daily behaviors that guys often don't feel. They can express the things that drain their attraction, build resentment, and make them slowly check out emotionally. This isn't about male fragility or walking on eggshells. It's about understanding the male emotional blueprint to avoid accidentally causing damage. So, in a spirit of clarity and better connections, let's dive into 6 things guys genuinely hate when girls do. Sign 1. Public disrespect or emasculation. This is the nuclear option for eroding a man's feelings. For many men, respect is the cornerstone of how they experience love. When that respect is undermined in public, in front of friends, family, or even strangers, it strikes at the core of his identity. What does this look like? It's correcting his story in a condescending way in a group. It's making a joke at his expense that's clearly meant to belittle him. It's rolling your eyes when he offers an opinion. It's using a dismissive or patronizing tone when he's trying to contribute. Why guys hate it? It doesn't feel like a simple disagreement. It feels like an attack on his status and competence. It shames him in his social world. In that moment, you're not his partner. You're his critic. He will shut down. The attraction and safety he feels with you will fracture because if you're willing to undermine him in public, you're not his ally. A man needs to feel like his partner is his biggest supporter, especially when others are watching. Sign 2. Using the silent treatment as a weapon. Many women process internally and retreat when hurt, which is natural. However, when silence is deployed, sign 1. Public disrespect and emasculation. Intentionally as a punishment. The classic stonewalling. It is pure torture for most guys. Male communication is often direct and solution-oriented. A problem is something to be solved. The silent treatment is a void. It's a problem with no parameters, no dialogue, and no end in sight. Why guys hate it? It feels manipulative, confusing, and powerless. He can't fix what he can't understand. He's left to spiral through every possible thing he might have done wrong, which breeds anxiety and resentment. What he perceives is not "she needs space, but I am being excommunicated without a trial." It creates massive emotional insecurity. While you might need time to cool off, communicating that "I'm upset and need an hour to calm down before we talk" is light years here's different from a punitive indefinite silence. Sign 3. Treating him like a project or a fixer-upper. This is a slow-acting poison. It starts with good intentions. I just want him to be the best version of himself. But it morphs into constant unsolicited advice on how he should dress, talk, spend his money, manage his career, or interact with his family. It's the underlying message that who he is isn't quite good enough, and he needs your guidance to become acceptable. Why guys hate it? It strips him of autonomy and dignity. He feels like a child being managed, not an equal partner being loved. His accomplishments feel like they belong to your project plan, not to him. It kills attraction because attraction is based on admiration and you can admire someone you're constantly correcting. A man wants a cheerleader, not a life coach he didn't hire. Love should feel like acceptance, not a never-ending audition. Sign 4. Weaponizing vulnerability he shared in confidence. This is the ultimate betrayal of trust. When a man opens up, shares a deep insecurity, a past failure, a childhood wound, or a secret fear, he is handing you a piece of his soul. He's showing you his soft underbelly, the part he hides from the world. If during a future argument, you throw that vulnerability back in his face as ammunition, no wonder you're insecure about that. Or this is just like when you failed at. You have destroyed the safety of the relationship. Why guys hate it? It confirms his deepest fear that showing weakness will be used against him. He will immediately shut down, and he will likely never open up to you again in a meaningful way. You have proven yourself to be an emotional liability, not a safe harbor. This one action can permanently change the emotional landscape of the relationship from one of intimacy to one of guarded caution. Sign 5. That you should have known expectation. Mind reading. This is a classic source of frustration. It's expecting him to intuit your needs, desires, or upsets without you clearly communicating them and then being upset when he doesn't. It's being mad he didn't know you wanted flowers on a random Tuesday. It's being upset he didn't realize you were hinting at wanting a different birthday gift. It's the anger that stems from the belief, if you loved me, you would just know. Why guys hate it? It sets them up for inevitable failure. It's an unwinnable game where the rules are hidden and change without notice. It feels incredibly unfair and breeds resentment. Men are generally problem solvers. Give them a clear problem. It's sign 2. The punitive silent treatment would make me feel special if we planned a date night this week, and many will happily work on the solution, but they cannot solve a puzzle you haven't shown them. This expectation feels like emotional entrapment. Sign 6. Using other men to provoke jealousy or motivate him. This is a high-risk, low-reward tactic. It's constantly talking about how great other men are. Mark just bought his girlfriend a new car, flirtatiously engaging with other guys in front of him to get a reaction, or using an ex as a constant benchmark. The intent might be to motivate him to step up or to reassure yourself of his desire. The effect is almost always the opposite. Why guys hate it? It doesn't feel like motivation. It feels like disrespect and comparison. It communicates. You are not enough, and here are the men who are. Instead of inspiring him to be better, it inspires him to disengage. It kills his sense of specialness in a relationship. If he feels he's in constant competition for your affection, he may eventually decide the game isn't worth playing. Secure love is built on being chosen, not being compared. So to recap, public disrespect, the punitive silent treatment, treating him like a project, weaponizing his vulnerabilities, expecting mind reading, and using jealousy as a tool. Understanding these isn't about coddling men. It's about recognizing that men have specific emotional triggers for feeling disrespected, insecure, and unloved. Avoiding these behaviors isn't a concession. It's a strategy for building a relationship where both people feel safe, respected, and valued. By steering clear of these pitfalls, you create the space for a man to be his best, most committed, and most loving self. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Ladies, have you ever realized you might have done one of these? Guys, did we get this right? Is there a big one we missed? The conversation starts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe because here at SICE, we're building emotional clarity one truth at a time. See you in the next one.